Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you may be in the world. Welcome to Gift of Healing TV. I'm Sarah Jane, and for this program, I'm actually going to be sharing a short exercise with you. And it's an exercise about understanding. We all have different experiences. We're brought up by different parents, we're brought up in different cultures, and different things mean different things to different people. And yes, it is very important for us to understand ourselves, but it is also, I believe, important for us to gain an element of understanding of what potentially has gone on in other people's lives. So why we do things the way we do and why other people do things the way they do. I went through experiences as a young child that left me feeling very negative about myself and made me a people pleaser. I can look back and I can fully understand why I felt the way I did and reacted, if you like, in the way I did because of those insecurities. But I think it's also a matter of, certainly with parents, we don't know anything, or most of us don't know anything much about their early years, the experiences they went through, and why they are the way they are. And I can speak openly about the fact that my father's mother died when he was 5, and my grandfather wished to have somebody to take care of him, and so he entered a marriage of convenience, because the woman that we came to know as our grandmother, she had lost her husband during the war, and she wished to have security. So he had the first 5 years of his life with his mother and his father, but then he watched a husband be very different to his wife. A woman he treated more like a housekeeper, somebody that just worked for him, except for the fact they were married. And it wasn't a love match. It wasn't anything more than that. It was just someone to take care of dad, the home. So that was a difficult one for my father, thinking about my mother's upbringing and the fact that my grandfather, her father, left when she was very young because he worked for Cable and Wireless, and he had to go over to Malta and Gibraltar to keep communications open during the Second World War. And I think he was gone for 5-6 years. And so this little tot had her father leave and a stranger return. And she was 5-6 years older by the time he returned. So I'm sure it was actually quite difficult. Her mother had to just get on with life. She had no choice, as did many, many people during the wars. And then it's happening sort of even today in some respects. So it's, what did people go through? I can go back to my great grandmother, and she was pregnant with my great grandmother. She had her, and then my great grandfather had an affair with the midwife. And from what we can gather, that went on for years. We believe he even had my great grandmother popped into an asylum for a while. Bless him. But that might have been because, not diagnosed at that time, she had postnatal depression. We don't know, we will never know. So it's that thinking about what knowledge do you have of your early childhood, the experiences you had, but the things that you witnessed, and thinking about what your parents may have witnessed when they were children. And they will have witnessed maybe things that their parents witnessed and their grandparents. It is a generational thing. So it is about becoming more understanding. Now, please don't take me wrong. This is not about forgiving bad behavior. It is about maybe coming from a place of understanding that would mean we deal with things differently. Now, the same goes for people in workplaces, friends, sort of other relations. It's okay, what potentially could be behind things that have happened? And do we have to take on board their stuff? And so if you have had anything happen, or you're going through anything now, or you've had anything happen recently, it's a matter of closing your eyes and just going in and thinking about what happened, and maybe stepping aside and stepping outside of the situation. So you're looking at it from the outside in, rather than looking at it from the inside out. Because when we can look at things from the outside in, we're looking at it hopefully with the eyes of somebody who is just witnessing a whole thing, but isn't actually involved, for want of a better way of putting it. So if there is something that has happened, is happening, I am going to sort of be quiet for about 5 minutes. So there is going to be silence while I suggest you close your eyes. You almost witness it as sort of like a little video that is going on of what has happened. And see whether you can potentially see something different, or something that gives an explanation that supports. Initially, it's got to be about supporting you with what is going on, what is happening or has happened. So this is about you. It isn't about the other person or people, but by coming to an understanding of stuff that may be a root, something they're going through. As I said, it doesn't necessarily mean that you let them get away with something that may be nasty, mean, horrible, whatever. But if you can come to an understanding, it can potentially support you in whatever way is right for you, even if that means you end up by walking away. But you may be able to talk. There are many things you may be able to do when you have a different thought about things. So I am going to be quiet. I'm going to leave you for about 5 minutes. Just going to close my eyes. I hope you will do the same. And witness rather than be part of what is going on. when you are ready to open your eyes. And I hope that it's given you some food for thought. I hope that it's supported you and supports you with things that happen, because things happen in life. They really do happen in life. Just because we resolve one thing doesn't necessarily mean something else won't crop up. That's just life for us. But when we can be a little more understanding of others, but as I said, it doesn't mean we let people get away with things. We have choices too of what we will accept and what we won't. And I hope that it's empowering for each and every one of you. So thank you for listening, and know that you can do this at any time. Any of us can do this type of thing at any time. It's almost a matter of taking a step back from something, maybe not reacting immediately, and just giving ourselves a little bit of time to think. I know sometimes it's very difficult to step back from something because you just want to react. So wishing you all the best with that, because I know that we all go through it. I go through it. Our whole family goes through it. So blessings to you all. Next week, I am going to be joined by David Tyrrell, and he's going to be sharing with us the creation of aura mists. So I hope that you will join us for that. In the meantime, take care, be safe, stay well, and if there's anything from today's that you wish to connect with me about, there is a contact page on the giftofhealingtv.com website. Please, all those emails come to me, so directly to me. So please feel free. Take care. Namaste.